And still, in the quiet corners of the night, I feel the echo of something I cannot name, a trembling inside my chest, as if the heart remembers, a pain it has never spoken, a fear it has never confessed. There are moments when the world grows still, too still, and I listen to the air as if it carries a message from the places your silence touches. It is in these moments that the heart beats a little uneven, as though it stumbles over the memory of you. I tell myself to stay calm, to breathe gently, to let the storm inside me find its way out. But the truth is, some storms are born from love itself, from missing someone so deeply that the soul trembles under its own longing. Every thought of you is a delicate thread pulling me back into the places where I once stood beside you, where your presence was the answer to every ache I didn't know how to name. Tonight, the night feels heavier, as though the sky itself is holding its breath, waiting, watching, listening to the rhythm of a heart that cannot forget. I do not ask questions, not anymore. But somewhere inside, a quiet plea rises, soft and invisible, carried only by the truth that I still feel you in every beat, in every silence, in every trembling moment between now and everything I hope you will return to. In the deep ocean of night, where even light forgets its way, my heart wages a silent battle with your memory, a battle without end, without victory, only a quiet that grows with every breath, deepens, and presses against my chest with its own weight. Sometimes it feels as if the heart is pulling some pain even while breathing, as if every heartbeat calls for your name and every vein struggles to bear the weight of your absence. I have tried many times to speak to my heart, to reason with it, to calm it, to convince it that time will heal all. But the heart does not listen to time. It only knows the pull of feelings, the warmth of your name, the void left by your presence, and the emptiness that no word can fill. When the cold wind of night brushes against my face, it feels as if an old memory is touching me, reminding me that even the air carries traces of you. Even now, though the world sleeps, my heart keeps walking the corridors of your memory, holding tight to the warmth you left behind, to the echoes that still linger in every corner of my soul. The night stretches endlessly, its darkness wrapping around every thought that carries your name. I sit quietly, feeling the weight of absence press softly against my chest, reminding me that love does not leave even when presence fades. Every memory of you rises like a tide, gentle yet relentless, pulling at the edges of my heart, shaping the hollows where your warmth once rested. I close my eyes, and the world melts, leaving only the echo of you, soft and persistent, filling the spaces time cannot reach. Sometimes I speak to the silence, letting my words drift into the darkness, not expecting a reply, only hoping that the night will carry some fragment of my longing back to you. Your absence is not emptiness, it is a presence that settles gently, shapes itself around my every breath, reminds me that what we shared cannot be erased, cannot be diminished, cannot be forgotten. The stars watch silently, witnesses to this devotion, and I imagine that they hold your gaze for me, a quiet warmth that travels across the distance, softening the ache that never fades, that never sleeps, that always whispers your name into the corners of my soul. And so I wait, quiet and patient, carrying your memory like a lantern, a fragile, steady light that guides me through every shadow, through every silent hour, through the vast emptiness that still feels the weight of your absence, the beauty of your presence, the eternity of our love. The night stretches beyond the reach of sight, folding itself softly over the city, over the streets that seem empty without your presence, over the walls that hold echoes of laughter, of quiet conversations, of moments too delicate to ever truly leave. I walk slowly through the memories, each step a silent prayer, each breath carrying the weight of your absence, each heartbeat a reminder that love does not disappear even when it cannot be held, even when the distance stretches endlessly between where you are and where I remain. The air tonight is still, yet every movement of the breeze feels like a touch you once gave, gentle, deliberate, soft as the first light that touches the horizon before the day begins. I close my eyes and imagine your presence folding around me like a familiar shawl, like a warmth that settles deep inside my chest, inside the quiet that only you ever seemed to fill. The stars above watch silently there, light shimmering like a thousand unspoken words that hang between heaven and earth. Each one feels like a fragment of your soul, like a memory you left behind that refuses to be forgotten. Even the darkness does not scare me. It is gentle, almost protective, carrying your absence in the same W. Tonight feels heavier than the nights before, as if the darkness itself has gathered every echo of my longing and placed it gently against my heart. I sit in the quiet, listening to the soft rise of my breath, and in each breath I hear your name steady, tender, unbroken. Your memory is a soft shadow that walks beside me through every hour of this still night. It does not speak, yet somehow it comforts me, touching the edges of my loneliness with a warmth I cannot explain. It is you, the part of you that distance cannot take the part of you my heart protects like a sacred truth. There are moments when I close my eyes and the world falls silent. In that silence, I feel you clearer than any sound, closer than any dream. It is a presence that settles gently on my soul, a reminder that love does not need to be seen to be felt. Sometimes I let myself wander through the memories I carry of you, not to relive the past, but to hold again the softness your presence brought into my life, your smile, your calm, the quiet strength that lived in your voice. These pieces of you remain etched in the tender corners of my heart. Your absence does not hollow me. It teaches me. It teaches me the depth of yearning, the meaning of devotion, the courage it takes to love someone with a heart that bends but never breaks. It teaches me that the soul remembers what life cannot hold. And so tonight, as the stars shimmer behind gentle clouds, I whisper your name, not in sadness, but in gratitude for every moment you touched my heart, for every memory you left behind, for every breath that still feels as if it was shaped by your presence. You are not gone. You are not distant. You live softly in the spaces between my thoughts, in the quiet hum of my longing, in the silent devotion that grows like a flame the darkness cannot dim. And as the night wraps itself tighter around my soul, I hold your memory as gently as I once held your smile, a fragile, beautiful truth that keeps my heart warm through every shadow. It tonight the wind moves softly through the darkness, carrying with it a quiet whisper that feels Like you, I sit still, letting the gentle breeze brush against my skin, imagining it. Is your presence light, warm, unspoken, but felt in every breath I take? There is a silence within this night that holds me tenderly, as if it knows my heart is tired from holding memories that refuse to fade, yet the silence does not frighten me. It comforts me, because within it I hear the echo of your warmth, the faint trace of your voice that lingers even after time has drifted on. Your absence is not a void, it is an atmosphere, a gentle cloud that surrounds my soul and reminds me of what once was and what still remains in softer form. It is a companion I did not choose, but one I have learned to carry with grace, for it belongs to the love I still feel for you. I walk through memories in the quiet hours, letting each one fall into my hands like fragile petals from a flower I am afraid to release. They remind me of a time when your presence lit my world gently, when your smile turned ordinary moments into something sacred, something worth holding forever. The night deepens, but the pain does not sharpen. It softens, becoming a warm ache that wraps itself around my heart like a familiar touch. It is not sorrow, it is remembrance. It is love learning to breathe even when it stands alone. Sometimes I picture you standing in the distance, your gaze soft, your expression calm, as if you are watching the way my heart still carries you through the darkness. It brings me peace to imagine that somewhere in a quiet place beyond time, your soul remembers mine, just as mine never forgets yours. Your memory is a lantern that glows steadily in the dim corners of my life. It does not flicker, does not fade, does not surrender to the weight of passing days. It burns softly like an eternal flame that asks for nothing but gives everything: warmth, light, and the courage to keep walking. Tonight, as the world grows still and the sky wraps its darkness around everything, I hold your name close to my heart, not as a cry of longing. I only ask for the strength to carry this love with grace, to let your memory remain the gentle light that guides me through every quiet of every night that follows, and still the silence between my breaths carries your name like an unanswered prayer, a whisper that trembles against the edge of night. I walk through hours that feel heavier than they should, as if every minute is holding its own grief, waiting for your touch to calm the storm inside it. There are moments when the world blurs, when the light dims, when the heart beats a little too slowly, as though it remembers the fear of losing you even before the loss exists. I tell myself not to ask questions, not to break open the wounds that time may not heal, but the heart is stubborn. It keeps searching for the places where your shadow lingers, for the corners of my life where your presence once glowed like a quiet sun. Tonight I feel that same ache, a gentle pull, a trembling thread wove